Open any tech blog today, and you'll see the same promise. Generative AI makes your employees 100 times more productive. But when you actually buy the software and plug it into your daily operations, your revenue and output rarely move. This disconnect exists because writing a draft or generating a block of code instantly is only a microscopic fraction of a real business workflow. At Team ZevIQ AI, we don't look at isolated prompt performance. We look at system logic and hard math. Our analysis shows that optimizing a single localized task within your business does not optimize your overall system. Chasing localized speedups creates an illusion of productivity, while successfully burying your true operational bottleneck further down the line. Let's pull apart a standard business process, like a weekly client report or onboarding a new hire. Behind that single output is a strict sequence of hidden steps. First, gathering research, validating the data, running compliance checks, waiting for client approval, and finally, invoicing. If you use an AI tool to accelerate only the writing step, the vast majority of those surrounding actions remain entirely manual. You haven't eliminated the work. You have simply created a massive backlog of drafts at the review and approval stages. Until the administrative infrastructure surrounding a task is automated, generating data faster has almost no impact on your bottom line. To understand exactly why this happens, we need to shift away from standard business metrics and look at the rigorous mathematics of computer science. This limitation is governed by Amdahl's law, the definitive mathematical formula for calculating the maximum speedup of a system when only a portion of it is upgraded. We use this equation to prove our operational strategies. The proportion of your workflow actually automated is variable P. The speedup factor of that AI tool is variable S, and 1 minus P represents the structural anchor, the manual administrative work left completely untouched. While this formula was originally designed for parallel computing hardware, it maps perfectly to sequential business operations and human capital. If CTOs and founders do not understand how these variables interact, they are optimizing their companies blindly. Let's run a real-world 10-hour workflow through the formula. Take candidate screening or student enrollment. A worker spends 2 hours of a 10-hour workflow writing emails. That's 20%, so P equals 0.20. An AI tool executes this 100 times faster, so S equals 100. What took 2 hours now takes mere seconds. But when we plug those numbers back into Amdahl's law, the overall system speedup, capital S, resolves to a mere 1.247. Think about the reality of that number. Despite putting a 100x accelerator on your employee's desk, your overall 10-hour process only improved by 1.25x. A business process is mathematically bound by its slowest manual handoffs, rendering isolated task speed irrelevant. We can push this logic to its absolute limit. What if your AI prompt engine is infinitely fast, dropping execution time to exactly 0 seconds? Let's plot the overall business throughput on the y-axis against the localized AI speedup on the x-axis. As the localized speed approaches infinity, the overall speedup rises sharply at first, but then it aggressively flatlines. It hits a hard mathematical cap of 1.25x. Because 80% of the workflow, the data entry, folder sorting, and approvals, was left unautomated, it acts as a permanent, unbreakable ceiling on your organization's productivity. This mathematical proof demonstrates exactly why buying faster large language models and better prompt engines will never yield systemic scaling. To actually scale a business, we must stop trying to increase the speed of the AI and start expanding the proportion of the workflow that is automated. That is the core engineering philosophy at Team ZevIQ AI. We do not sell isolated prompts. We build custom, full-scale business brains. Scattered AI deployment fails because it ignores the structural anchor. We solve the bottleneck through end-to-end, full pipeline systemic automation. Based on the limits shown by Amdahl's law, we target a variable P of 0.95. Moving from 20 by connecting your files, connecting your databases, your communication channels, and AI actions concurrently, we eliminate the structural anchor of manual data handoffs. Achieving true operational scale requires abandoning the sequential chain of tasks and replacing it with a self-executing, unified network. We achieve this using N8N workflow engineering as the critical connective tissue. It acts as the central nervous system of your business, constructing self-running operational loops that sync your disparate company databases instantly. We integrate AI OCR pipelines that read and extract financial data from multi-format supplier invoices without requiring manual entry. We deploy context-constrained RAG engines that handle customer service and booking strictly based on your internal databases, preventing AI hallucinations. The result is a unified multi-role system, like our custom learning management systems, that handles student onboarding, credential checks, and delivery on total autopilot. Individual task optimization eventually hits a mathematical wall. True expansion requires an architecture where the system itself handles the flow. Partner with Team ZevIQ and construct the custom software systems your business needs to scale. Visit zeviqa.co.uk and let's build your automated future together.